The hunt down for Jownazz is on. Where is this goofy ass? Jownazz! Not much. I didn't know if I was gonna find you. What you up to? Just chilling, man. What you were doing up here?
Hey, man. Up here on American Street, you know?
American in York, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A lot of industry. Industrial buildings up this joint. I remember used to coming up here trying to get a job, bro.
Dang.
A lot of the joints have closed down up this joint.
You ever work here or no?
Oh, they just started opening up a lot of these joints up here, you know what I mean?
All right. So part 3, right? For this hot topics.
Part 3, bro.
So to start, do you think, I'm just wondering, do you think your influence built or destroyed neighborhoods? And have you ever thought about it?
Yes, I can say that, you know, as an adult now, thinking about when I did what I did as a kid. We was, you know what I mean, moving and shaking and doing whatever we was doing to get to some fast paper. Right. I took a lot of chances, man. Yeah, I took a lot of chances, man. Straight up.
Gotcha.
That's all.
So from your perspective, what's the point or benefits, right, of honoring the street code?
That street code.
Yeah, like.
See, the difference is knowing your position. You feel me? If you not really the street code, if you're not really into the street tactics,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I mean, you gotta close that chapter. You know what I mean? Because if you once you get in depth and you dug in and you in deep, I mean,
yeah.
you know how they say in too deep.
Yeah,
Once
yeah.
you in too deep, bro, you can't shake that. You gotta be able to hold your water. You hear me? Ain't no, oh no, that was my man's and nothing. Nah. You win it, you win it. You know what I mean?
So do you agree with that code? Or do you disagree with it?
I agree.
If you're in it.
That, listen, I agree that, like I just said, when you into the street life,
exactly.
and into that, you gotta be aware and you gotta be willing to accept whatever comes with that situation, bro. Like it's
Yeah.
Look,
I feel you.
Listen, I'm trying to keep it authentic, you know what I mean? But
no, that makes sense.
the only thing I can say when it comes to if you don't respect the street code, I feel like this, bro. Don't respect the street code, that means either you wasn't a part of something and somebody trying to get you to take a charge for something you ain't got nothing to do with, bro, that's a whole different ballgame, you feel me?
Wow. Yeah, it definitely is.
That's a whole different ballgame. You're not going to have a brick and tell me, oh, I just came home. I can't afford to take that charge, bro. Like, listen, I'm not taking your brick, bro.
Right.
Especially if you ain't giving me half of that paper for that brick. Yeah, no. You just want me to take a brick charge or some firearm charge? No, bro, I'm cool on that.
Yeah, that's
I
wild.
think if you're not a part of that, but if you're a part of that life, you got to deal with that.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? You can't ask a cold square to take this brick charge and these burners and all this and that. I mean, if that ain't your guy, you feel what I'm saying? Like, no.
Yeah, you gotta know what you're getting into. So what if you had like an encounter with somebody who, you know, felt like you weren't following that code? You know, maybe they approached you aggressively. Maybe they didn't respect your street credibility. You know, I don't know.
Well, to each his own. You know?
To each his own?
To each his own. If a person don't respect my street credibility, that's probably because they ain't never really have no motion. Or they felt like with all the motion that they was involved with, it didn't pan out to nothing. You know what I mean? Don't nobody know them. Don't nobody bring no business their way. You know?
Yeah. All right, let's keep the focus there then on the trappers for a minute.
Trappers.
If how can I put this? If someone's strip or block, right, is already well known, it's already established, what's the point of putting out those testers that we talked about before?
Testers help keep the block pumping. Helps keep the block active. For the fiends that don't know what your new batch of work is hitting for, that's what those testers really pop.
Oh, I just understood.
Sometimes people will purchase some trash and put it on a block, a well-known block, and the sales will go down. The sales will decline, bro.
Okay. Did you ever pass out any testers?
Hey, yo, this
This is a setup.
Yeah, that's a whole setup. All right. What was that question again?
What did I say? Oh, did you ever pass off any testers?
Yeah, I had to pass out testers because sometimes when you switch work, the work don't be the same sometimes. I mean, you get some fish scales, popcorn, to some trash. Dang.
So that's why people provide testers?
Yeah.
That's like the main reason?
Yeah, make sure that the work that they're putting out there is right. Some people got private testers, private runners that are testing work for them before they start putting it on the street, and then they still might give out testers.
So let me ask.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you this then. No, you're right. Let's say if a hustler, right, is going to put out these testers, right? Somebody goes, but then they start selling the testers. Does that cause like
body? Yeah, that causes issues, bro.
It does.
Yeah, because damn, look, we just moved from over there. All the people over here. The person with the pink on and like a bike. We just moved from over there.
Yizzo. You're silly.
Yeah. But yeah, man.
So basically, that causes conflict.
Yeah, that can cause conflict. If a trapper is on a strip, and he was told, or she was told to pass out the testers or whatever, or give out the testers, because that's what helped bring more customers into the establishment. You know?
So the testers are usually given out for free.
Yeah, the testers is like an invite.
Okay, I got you.
Real shit, you know?
The
testers was an invite. Yeah, once that word that testers is out, people from different areas come all over. You know?
Yeah.
What they got? They got what? They got the jumbos. All right, everybody go grab them. You know, let me see what they hitting for. You mean? I got my last 50, my last 30. You mean? I only got 15.
Wild.
You mean? And the testers, you mean they get their day started if they ain't had their first they bump or blast or whatever. They ain't get their drink started yet. That's where they at with it. You heard?
Yeah, that's wild. So back then, would you say that your operation was like smoother than other blocks that you see?
Of course, mine was smoother. You know why?
Why?
Check the flash. Yeah, they need that. Philadelphia.
Philly 101. You gotta live with it. Sorry.
That's your step, dude.
Appreciate
that
it.
was crazy.
Yeah, I could have busted my head. So you were talking about why yours was smoother, why your operation was smoother. I mean, how did you stay away from like violations and or drama or whatever?
Well, the only way you're gonna get money is if you stay away from violence. If you bring that violence, you're gonna end up on somebody's platform for pretty much being frolic, goofy, too dominant, because people, bro.
Because of people?
The people, bro. You gotta remember, everybody ain't who they say they is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You bring that ghetto gangster activity around certain people, you think your man, but he gonna rat on you, you know what I mean? You think your man, and the people that claim they love you so much, they're gonna hold you down, they be the first ones that put you behind them bars, bro. So you gotta know what you're getting at.
sounds like you just kind of stayed ahead of the game.
That's how you do it. And people was wondering how he don't get booked. How this is the only man, I mean, he don't be like, damn, how?
Damn.
Gotta know how to move.
All right.
Know
Well,
how to move and groove.
Jownazz, one more time, right? We need to cover this again. You quoted not having to stand on a strip or a corner, before. So how did you operate
For the
then?
people, I operated with those who had my line personally. They knew how to catch up with me, or I knew how to catch up with them. I meet them at a location or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
To me, it was like kind of foolish to have people, strangers, coming to your strip. Like,
That's
for me,
a fact. Yeah.
if this is where I'm always at, I don't think everybody should know where to meet me.
It's a great point.
Especially when I'm doing other deals. When I'm doing other deals with other trappers and hustlers, they see my operation, they got it firsthand. I mean, like, oh, I see how he operated. They might try to come take some of my clientele. They might try to get me out the way for the clientele. So it's like, no, you had to move and groove. You know what I mean? You had to move and groove with it. You can't just allow people to know your left hand, right hand motions. You feel what I'm saying?
Man. So do you think you developed like any jealousy or hate?
Of course, my guy.
He said, "Of course, my guy." What? Just from being out there?
Just from being active.
From how you generated your bags?
Just from being Jownazz. Just because of the way I'm moving. I mean, the way I'm moving. I'm gonna want to follow you. What you got going on? Why Fiend's chasing behind him? Huh? Why Fiend's chasing behind him? What you got going on? So he go over there to the little block. They come over to the little block with him. I mean, he go over by the playground, by the field, all the Fiends gonna ride over there with him. They gonna call his phone.
He gonna call his phone.
Where he going there? Why he don't stay on the block with everybody else? Everybody else out here practice. Why he can't stay out here? I ain't staying out there with y'all, because y'all going to jail. I mean, so, move and groove. I'm gonna move and groove. You feel me?
That's actually a good point. Why is everybody standing in one
we all target
section together?
All sitting right there.
Yeah, what is that?
Oh man, they told him. Let's go back that way. Come on. They're all coming that way now.
Hey yo. He said they told on me.
I'm gonna tell him, yeah, everybody know where you at. You over there. So we gonna go back over here.
Hey yo.
We gonna go back over here.
You couldn't have broke that down
we ain't
any
gotta
better.
beef for nobody.
Right.
We going our own way.
Yeah. You know what though? That keeps you out of a lot of shit, bro.
Hell yeah.
Just the way you walking got me rolling. I'm trying to think of something to say. I can't help but laugh.
Hey, I mean, we gotta do something for
Oh
the people.
my
You know
God. So it's safe to say that, I mean, you had multiple lanes and choices for trapping safely, I guess.
You better. the way that situation went, man, a lot of people went down from just being associated with people, you feel me? So then at that time I had
To make it safe.
the folks really trying to catch me, you know what I mean? Like really trying to send my own peoples against me, you know what I mean? Really trying to get people to rat on you, you know what I mean? Really trying to get people to line you up, to know where you going or where you at. Is it a secret stash or whatever, you know what I mean? They got a little spot, they got a house. What about his house?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta check Wild House. Cause everybody be crowded around. Then I start breaking that shit up. Listen, don't come here. Yo, what's up? Well, we've been going here for long. We be sitting on a stoop. Why? What you mean? We be on the stoop. We waiting on you to come out.
We're waiting on you to
So
come
while
out.
they sitting on the stoop waiting on me to come out. Here come the bulls. And you got multiple cars spinning the block. Bombed out windows, tent heavy, you know what I mean? Multiple cars spinning the block. You got the chopper in the sky. Tweaking.
Sounds like GTA.
Yeah. Yeah. Then you got fiends don't know how to be discreet. You chilling on a stoop. The fiends, watch out, baby. When the fiends come, they come. Yeah, pop. You know what I mean? And, I got a little, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get a little skunk or something, you know what I mean? Yo, you don't see the chop out there, gangster, like in the cars riding around, the police.
Yeah, they don't care.
Why'd you stop? That's the music.
Yeah, that's
you don't know who's who. You feel me?
Good point.
You don't know who's who and when they coming or why. You feel me?
So right now in 2025, I mean, clearly you changed your day-to-day activities. You know, obviously you're still
all smart hustlers that still out, still existing.
Yeah.
Still got their looks or whatever, or still dress fly or whatever. You know what I mean? Still known. They had to move around through the city. They had to switch up things. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You'd be a fool not to invest your money into something. I don't care if it's a goddamn hot dog truck. You had to invest your money into something because nobody is. I mean, nobody is accountable now. I mean, nobody want to be accountable for nothing. Who stand up? Ain't too many stand-up guys out there drinking like that. I mean, it is somebody that didn't get the sales that they wanted to back in the day, gonna tear that man down, gonna tear that block down. Oh man, they ain't this, they ain't that, man. Shooting the blocks up and all that, whatever. You know what I mean?
I could tell that you really observe the streets still. You know, like.
Oh yeah, I got to 24/7. Even though I ain't active with the streets,
right?
I know what's up. People still think I'm trapping.
Yeah, that's wild.
People still think I'm trapping, bro.
It's been a long time.
People still think I'm trapping.
So I got a question for you, right? You know, most people say that trap money is dirty, right? That's how they phrase it.
Check it out. Catch that for the people. Lot for sale or lease.
Yeah.
Lot for sale or lease. Why?
There's a number there. And what did you just say? Why?
Why? Why is the lot for sale or lease? Why?
You mean like why are those houses gone? That used to be there?
Why? It's gonna be a new building gonna get put here. It's definitely gonna be a new building. Hold up, yeah, hold up. Look, check it out. Them motherfuckers chase you for that guy. I didn't take a piss, bro. Come on, yeah.
So look, you even zoomed in on that sign, right? And that actually goes into this question I was thinking of. So I was saying, you know, how most people say that trap money is dirty, right? Let's say you invested into a business, like, you know, we're looking at these places for lease. Say you invested into a building here, but you know, you didn't really make yourself known. You know, you're more behind the scenes bull, right? What if that building that you own now gets vandalized? I'm talking like, you know, totally trashed the place. How do you feel about calling the police?
Mr. Officer 911. Mr. Officer, yes. They vandalized my property. No. Yeah, they vandalized my property. I call it you to fix the problem for me, you know. It's the safest way, my friend.
It's the safest way.
It's the safest way, my friend.
Oh my God.
It's the safest way, my friend. Because I don't want the product.
But people are going to criticize that. I mean, does that help or hurt your character?
You right.
You feel me? Yeah.
You can't win for losing on anything.
That's what I was saying. So as even an old trapper, dope boy, whatever.
Hold on. Let me tell you something. You should see how the people see that y'all don't see, but when we doing what we doing, y'all gotta see the reactions on the people that walk past us. That shit be like,
they're really trying to figure out
what are they doing?
Who we are. For sure.
Who are they? Wait a minute, why is he following that guy? This guy, what's...
Oh man. So I was just going to say, you know, as the trapper, it just seems you know, even though it was a long time ago, it just seems like calling the police is not the right way to go. Like, how do you feel about legally calling the police?
Okay. So as a businessman, hear me and hear me good. As a businessman, you feel me? Check it out. Y'all don't know Yak back here kicking like he's cracking up. For real. Check it out. If you tear my shit up, I'm calling the police. Fuck out of here. The fuck you wanna call me? You tear my shit, I'm calling the police. Yeah, I'm not a I don't gotta get my hands dirty no more. I got an establishment.
But you spent your whole juvenile to adult life running away from the law and
yes sir. I've
even just being acknowledged.
It's amazing, right? That's amazing how
the
look
whole
how the
time.
tables turn. Look how the tables turn, bro. Hell no, I'm not gonna allow that.
But how you going? What did he just curse this out? What did he say?
Some old fly shit. What up?
He cursed this out.
But look. The funniest part is they stood there and watched us doing what we doing. But I already know
before
what that
they
means.
did that.
Let's go. I already know what that means. They on goofy shit. Ain't nobody trying to go to the F, because that's what he on. He ain't got nothing else better to do. You know what I mean?
So all right, so now that
I know how I go in the city. You stay somewhere too long,
yeah.
you end up with damn memory. You gonna be under some sheets or something, or you gonna put somebody under some sheets. So, you feel me?
Yeah. I mean, it can run into everything we just talked about.
Exactly.
I mean, what if that guy right there?
That's what I'm saying. But see, that's what I'm saying. All this is authentic, bruh. All this is authentic. But
well, now that you're on the opposite side of that law, I mean, how do you think other people would feel? You know, seeing you acknowledging basically the police as a businessman. Now,
hey man, everybody ain't going to accept you. Everybody ain't going to accept change. You know, sometimes the police don't even accept change. They can't believe sometimes when you turn your life around.
That's a great point.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, look, I ain't bothering nobody. I'm moving around, you know, personally, privately.
Yeah.
I ain't bothering nobody, right? Dude just rolled up in his car. He watching us record. I just was talking about that. When we recording, people just get overstunned or whatever. You know what I mean? Overexcited.
Yeah.
There ain't no celebrities out here. We regular people.
Yeah, and if you're watching, you see in real time that, you know, Jownazz ain't carrying on with that D-boy lifestyle to show any dominance. Like that didn't bother you. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe 20 years ago that might have bothered you.
Yeah, I'd have got probably goofy, but the entourage that was around me might have got goofy behind the situation. But
yeah,
I literally watched him watch us.
Yeah.
Because I'm watching people as I'm moving and grooving and doing what I'm doing. Legally, as a civilian, walking, you know, walking the street, you feel me? As a regular civilian, I'm just minding my business, doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And remember, if you did own that building back there, it would be fully insured too.
Exactly. So, even if I don't per se dial 911 and press charges for the insurance, someone has to call. You know what I mean? Someone has to call. You feel me?
Yeah.
So on the corner of American and Dolphin.
Yeah, American and Dolphin.
I know those is dope blocks back that way, so I ain't gonna go that way. You feel me?
Let's go back this way. This kind of grabbed my attention while we were talking. You know, you see something?
Yeah, I remember I used to try to get a job over there.
Where at? Over this side?
Seafood joint, yeah.
Oh, the seafood joint. It don't look like it's open no more.
It's still open. Just still, you know, late. It's evening, you know what I mean? Late evening time. They close that joint down. Catching these buses for the folks. You gotta catch the buses for the folks.
The buses?
5, 7.
They're everywhere. SEPTA everywhere.
All right, you have another question?
Yeah, I mean, it just grabbed my attention. Just the fact that you completely stepped away
It's my real shit right here, bro. What they got going on right here? This joint whamming.
Jownazz is crazy. He says whamming. Look, so you completely stepped away from that dope boy life, right? So when did you decide to do a full 360?
Hey man, when I noticed that the streets is undefeated, and nobody love nobody out here. It's every wolf for himself.
Facts.
You know what I mean? It's like you could say every sheep for itself. It's every wolf for itself out here. So you good folk or whatever. It doesn't make a difference. You buy yourself out this joint.
So, I mean, I'm assuming that there was nothing that forced you off of the streets. Was there anything you ever saw that warned you?
There's no loyalty.
No loyalty.
Goons really be gooning. You know what I mean? They're supposed to be your men. You're supposed to have your back. They're supposed to be your team. A part of your team on your top.
That's actually heavy.
Come on, bro. You don't know who's who. Just look at the little stories that's out. Little TV shows, the movies, you know what I mean?
That's
best
true,
man is your
too.
man, like, blam your joint out. Wham.
That's
Wham
crazy.
your joint out, bro.
So as somebody who's, been involved with the sellers and the buyers,
You smell that shit, bro. That shit whamming.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Dumpsters.
Seafood dumpsters.
Jump. Dumpsters. Jump. Jack, you heard me?
So look, as someone who was involved, right? And we could talk about your guys or your team. You said, or whatever you want to call them. Did you guys ever like
hitters, the goons, the
yeah,
youngins, all that? Yeah,
your
all
squad,
that, the squad,
whatever you want to call them? Did you guys ever cheer, get happy, like if guys from the other side would drop?
Yeah, you got some guys that I interacted with that would celebrate when some people would get tagged up. You know what I mean? Tagged down, tagged up, whatever. Some people would check out and they would be celebrating. You know what I mean? But I've never really celebrated this.
Yeah.
There's a life that's lost. You know?
Yeah.
It's a life that's lost. Regardless what you got, you know what I mean, what y'all disagree upon or what issues y'all had or developing or developed throughout the years. I don't think nobody deserves to be, put down unless you just on goofy shit. You just on straight goofy shit. You get what you get. Your fate is what it is. You know?
Okay. So let's go here. Like for the people who don't know much about you, due to you not being online, I know you don't have any social media things or whatever. No photos that they can trace back to and find you.
It's sad. We're in a city, right? We're in a city where I ain't got no beef. There's a lot of people that hate me and got little issues with me, but listen, I gotta come all the way in the corner where I can get in the cut, where I can see everything that's coming, because what I just seen and the boy just roll the window down and talking all crazy, I need to be able to see what's coming like this direction. It's Philly, y'all, you know what I mean? You don't know who going to try to make a move on you, for what reason. Some motherfuckers ain't got no reason. Some individuals don't have a reason for whatever they gotta do. They just get ready to try to do something and upload it to the, to the net. Get some likes and some views. We got main man out of the way. I ain't gonna be one of them. You feel me?
So is that kind of the reason why, behind those years that you were, absent, or would you say there's a different story to that?
No, check it out. I never really did social media back when it was popular for everybody, when everybody first got on the scene with it. I wasn't in none of my homies' photos or videos. I just felt like with the activity that was going on, especially back 06, 07, 08, 2010, 2012, there's a lot of activity that was going on. People getting indicted right now from a lot of that old history.
Oh,
you feel
wow.
what I'm saying? So I just was trying,
Damn.
I can make my own lane. I'm taking my own photos right now. I'm making my own videos right now. You feel me?
Yeah, you actually just made me think of something too. How can I word this? Do you think being tolerated holds like more pressure than tolerating others?
Yes. You know why? Because
You got to that quick.
You know why? Because
I thought it was gonna make you stumble a little bit.
no, I ain't gonna stumble. I'm on that. Because look, tolerating someone else's situations
Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking about when you were just talking.
can be mind-blowing, bro.
Yeah.
Being around somebody when they gotta pay for something and they can't afford to pay for it, and they supposed to have all this money, or they had a bunch of money, that's weight. That's weight on your brain, that's weight on your heart. I mean, because you like, damn, man, this is my homie, or that was my friend, whether it's a guy or a girl.
Yeah.
And you find out that they not doing so well, you know, to tolerate whatever it is that they have going on or whatever they don't got going on, it can be a problem, bro.
Be more pressure than
It can be a problem.
damn. how
Can
about
I
that?
tolerate you?
Yeah.
Can they tolerate me?
Me, yeah.
How many people can tolerate me? There's probably not a lot of people that can tolerate me. I'll be on goofy shit from time to time. You feel what I'm saying?
From time to time.
That's just facts. You feel me? So what about somebody else? How do I feel about somebody else? Oh, this motherfucker coming around asking for something. Hey, I ain't got time for this. You know what I mean? Like, let me get up and roll. You heard?
Yeah. That's crazy. Look, I got 4 words for you, right? I just want to get your definition on it.
For the people.
All right, first one. War.
War. Don't dare
Yo, you are quick today.
put yourself involved with a situation that you can't afford to fund when it comes to war.
What if you
Tupac
can?
said that best. You ain't got your money right? Never mind. I was just playing. You got it. You know what I mean?
What if you got your money right?
You got
How
your
you
money
feel
right.
about it?
You got your money right. You gotta be ready. You know what I mean? You just gotta
be ready.
You gotta know how to spend it. You gotta spend it right.
You gotta know how to move.
Hit the right lawyers with you.
Okay.
Right artillery. And I ain't saying I ain't propping up to no violence.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. Of course.
I ain't giving no salutes and no violence, but
Of course.
it is what it is. You gotta protect yourself at all times.
Of course.
You know what I mean? You gotta protect yourself at all times.
How do you see this jab on this side of the camera? All right, how about loyalty? Now, you said that word like 4 or 5 times this video.
Loyalty. Loyalty is very important because loyalty is strategic. You have to be strategic when it comes to loyalty because you just can't give everyone. Hey man, you can't give everybody,
Can't give everyone what?
you can't give everybody loyalty because everybody ain't gonna give it back in return. They ain't gonna reciprocate it. They ain't gonna reciprocate it. They ain't give it back.
Nah, you're right though.
What's up, bro? You know, a lot of people, what's up, bros, and handshakes be false.
Yeah.
Jones be watered down. You know what I mean?
Watered down.
You ever had somebody give you a hug and it be
Yeah.
You all right? Okay, yeah, check you out. Hey.
And handshakes too.
What's up, baby?
Yeah. Or a weak joint, like. Yeah.
What you make? You work at a bakery? Where your firmness at?
Yeah, exactly. Crazy. All right. Fraud.
Fraud?
Yeah, the
I
word
hate
fraud.
frauds. If you faking it to get to where you gotta go at, you know what I mean, and you make it, you let it be known, and you bless people when you get. Because some people be so fake.
Yeah.
They fraud like they
Especially
good,
nowadays.
they got it.
Yep.
And then when you think that they get it and they got it or they getting it, you asking for something. Oh, man.
Yeah, right?
Listen, baby, oh, man. I mean, that's like you screaming in my ears. Wait a minute.
It's like,
Fraud.
all right. I could deal with
How
that.
you really live, Jownazz? I'm in a situation. I'm in a jam up right now. What? Say it, what? You expecting me to just tell you I'm good? Yeah. I'm cool,
Yeah.
baby, yeah. Everything is my way. No.
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 Yeah, why do people do that?
I won't.
I guess maybe they, well, I don't know, because you don't complain.
I
So,
try not to. I'm glad you said that. I try not to.
because you don't, but you don't be doing that either. I don't know. That's
Because
weird.
it is what it is. What I don't have it until I get it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna figure it out. That's the best way I can put that. I'm gonna try to figure it out. I mean,
So you really don't got nothing hidden on a wall somewhere, huh?
that money's gone, good brother.
Never invested it.
What I thought I invested in wasn't worth it. Because everything crumbled. Everything. I had little stuff going on, little small stuff going on, but I ain't invested in nothing like no building or I ain't invested to a little small car lot or something. That's what I should have invested to. Now, like I said, back in Prick kept telling me, hey, you just running through your bread, bro. Like, he was disappointed in me. Like, bro, what's up? What we gonna do? Like, you mean?
Shout out
hold
to
that
Prick,
bread. I'm
yeah.
like, hold what?
Yeah.
Man, I got holes in my pocket. I can't hold this bread.
Last word, survival.
Survival. I am that. That is all I recommend.
That's all you recommend.
That's all I recommend. Surviving as a survivor.
Okay.
No handouts. No handouts. If I get a handout from one of my friends, I earned it. My friends will tell me, Jownazz, get on our nerves. T.Y. get on our nerves. But you know, when we ask him, he come through. You know what I mean?
Seems like you're pretty serious about that. About all 4 of them words, actually, that I just threw out at you.
So, okay. I know a lot of people don't like me. You feel me?
Because you be doing shit like that.
I know a lot of people don't like me. You know what I mean? Because I say shit. You know, I mean, I don't be disrespectful. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it, authentic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Check me out.
Jownazz.
At Fun is Dangerous. Fun is Dangerous.
Hot Topics Part 3.
This is Hot Topics right now because this is special. You know what I mean? I know some people probably wanted this is for the people that wanted to know what was the situation with the trap noise, all that trap noise, and what's up, and what you do, and why you not doing it no more, and what got you started, and why you stopped, and you know what I mean? All right. But anyway,
that was a good.
If it's somebody that's being newsy, mind your business if you ain't really trying to tune in. You know what I mean? Like, share, comment.